The masked man? Ah, you are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there's been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Keykurn. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow is always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention whether or not you have the coin or the mind to spend it. My feisty little chocobo. What? Oh, you know what else I would like on this? Wait. Character, hunting log, gathering log, crafting log. Let's put it here. Yeah, I want to do some story, and then I might do more upgrade quests. Still gotta try out Demolish and Rockbreaker. And I have to learn my new setup here. Might wanna, can I remove stuff off the hotbar? Is that a thing you can do? How does? Yeah, that's what I figured. I think that's everything, right? Gonna take some time to get used to. Oh, wait. Rid of that too. I mean, I kind of am. to be fair. That's why I set it up like this, because I think this will actually be good for the future in general. We'll see how it goes, though. Welcome to Highbridge Adventure. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can prove it, or provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of my many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? I like Hihibaru. When the Order of Naldal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares, spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah, I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know more about him, go and ask the other merchants. Oh, I wanted to buy something from him. I've heard tell of the masked man. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalan too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. On the trail of a masked man? I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious, and that's about all I can say, little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folks have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Kierkeern raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. CD bowl. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Keycurn raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own two eyes. I was out for an evening stroll minding my own business when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Keycurn appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of brats. So, what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well, worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? So we're going to start a fire to make them think that I'm calling them as the hooded man, but it's actually going to be a trap. So wait. Trying to see how much this AoE does. It's worth using. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. Lasts 18 seconds, really? So that's gonna tick like 6 or 7 times. It's like Snap Punch does like 191 from the front. One button. Demolish only does like 25, and then it ticks a bunch of times. $44, $43, $43, $45. Yeah, so it's definitely, if I can, you know, get through my first combo and hit the AoE and then, or the DOT, and then switch back to Snap Punch, it'll be worth it in the end, but only for long fights. Many who helps left side handle it. Where am I going? Up there? Nice try. That's literally it. All right. Sounds like a velociraptor. Yeah, I like this setup a lot. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to it, but I like this setup a lot. I think I'm gonna stick with this. Back so soon. Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? This scroll, it bears a prayer to Ralgur, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralgur is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? The Alamigan bandit you had to run in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head toward Little Alamigo over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favorite destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of its denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who was relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped that you would linger here a while, call some fiends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. "27 chocobo toes." Does the double trigger press work on the regular cross hotbar? What do you mean double trigger press? Why yes, Hihibaru's my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother you with my family matters, but I'm grateful to you for delivering this message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man. I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundobold, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Big. I like how my character had to go like this to look at him. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say, and why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer to the whim of every outsider. Does he have armored gloves or giant mittens? You are not welcome here. Be gone. Mission complete. You're not welcome here. Quest complete. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gieselbert, head of security here at Little Alamigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gundobold. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man where I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say. Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have been on lookout for Amalja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thalanian tea so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. DoorDash quest. DoorDash quest, but with a purpose. Where's that at? Oh. I had the weirdest dream about you last night. Oh no, here we go. Can't be as weird as the Kevin Owens dream I had, so go ahead, hit me with it. Who the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Well, ain't ye considerate. My thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain? Hiding among the refugees? Like as not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. My wife and I were living with him, and then my ex tried to move in, and Death was on a security camera yelling at her to get out of his house. I protect my friends. You there. Are you an Amalja? No? Then carry on. Ah, this sophisticated aroma. It has been forever since I had a drop of sweet Thelanian. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard, that I don't give a mummer's fart. Man, this is going well. Not sure if I would explain it correctly since my wife is on controller, but when does a quick double press on her R2 L2 buttons, it toggles a different cross hotbar with completely switching over from her main one. Oh, I think that's hold on a second. Shoo, don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry, a suspicious young masked man. As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, with the mask and the robe. But assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assumed he was one of them. I think what you're talking about is this. You can hold L2 and R2 and then you get a separate crossbar. I think. How would I protect you, Zulov? I could, like, get a ladder and climb up to your level and then, like, get a megaphone and yell at people. That's about all I could do. You need no protection. Ah, you're back. So do my lookouts have a lot to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. I just had an idea. Probably set limit break somewhere too. Here. No. Okay, so now when I'm outside of battle, I can hit R1X, R2X to sprint. No matter where I'm at in my sets. So instead of having to scroll all the way to set 8, or set 3 now, I can just R1X, R2X. And if I want to ride my Chocobo, I can just R1X, R1 circle. So you're determined to press on with your investigation, then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust, and the best way to win the trust, that trust, is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Ul'dah, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Of course, we gotta go all the way back now. Here we go for this. I always forget the name of this. Horizon. My wife's family has a cat named Oreo. Oh, whoops. That's the wrong number. Where's the... Where's the right... Oh, that... No. It's in a... What the... It's in a different thing. Where is it at? Companion. And then I gotta go... Here. Do this there. Just a random Dragon Ball Z noises going on. You know how it goes. Make way! Dude, I got so much MP. Wait till you see what I do with it. Nothing. Welcome back, Petra. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all that they have suffered, it is of little wonder the Alamegan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Oh, what that could be done. To ease their hardships, I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Alamegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Whoa. Those pants. Oh, but I can't equip them. These are the same. I'll just take your money. Your Alamegan comrade is named Heribert. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Heribert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. Like, our storage area? We have a Clive. And everyone's chilling in the storage area. If it isn't Petra Snakeboat, the Shion's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo. That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamegan Resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albretta, and she is a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. What if we just talk to every NPC on the planet? Quarry Mill? I got that. Yo, yeah, thank you for the gift of sub to PK, by the way. Welcome back, PK. Happy to have you here. Eh? You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Ah, why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. Heribert sent you. Ah, that worthless whoreson. He abandoned his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. I realized Heribert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Mefrid, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Hold up. Level 34, 36. Oops. Boom! It sucks. Okay, it doesn't suck, but it's not as good as my steel claws. I'm looking for Robin. Have you seen him? Hi, I'm Mefrid, a proud man of the Alamegan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wound's gone and festered as he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. Gods damn it. I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on their hands. These Quarry Mill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albretta. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. What lucky timing. Back to Albright. One of Mefred's in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's not I can do. I want to help, truly I do. They're my countrymen after all, but that'd mean going against the elemental's will. I've been at Quarrymill long enough to know that how right terrible the beings can be. I can't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlene, the hamlet's resident hearer. If you take the matter to her, it might be as she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. Alright, how many NPCs can we talk in one mission? You wish to aid the Alamegans? You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. This authority belongs solely to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be the babes at the breast of men grown, are judged of a night whether they may have a place beneath the boughs. What is she talking about? Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive of the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since the time immemorial, and ever shall it be. Wow, you suck. That's how... I love this guy. That's how it's to be, then. The bloody hearer might as well kill Galleon herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. I led my men to Quarrymill hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hell's Galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I have no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison-purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd forever be in your debt. I was about to say, at some point this mission is going to become, go fetch me some wolf pelts. What's this, Oh, it's a fate you have to actually, like, talk to someone for. It's interesting. Take this. Shocked by that? Is that a revelation? I feel like you should be more shocked if the opposite happened. These AoE moves just don't do a lot. Really has to be a lot of enemies if the AoE moves are going to be worth it. Hey, how's it going, pet friend? wasn't him that was doing that move. I was gonna stun him to cancel the move. That was not his move. Pling, pling, plong. Just killing some antelopes. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, that's the first time we've had that issue today. It seems like it always happens, like, after we've played for a couple hours. It starts happening. Oh my god, do you see what I see? Thing is something. I want to fight it, but I'll die a horrible death. Oh, I need more. How's it going, Gary? Enjoying it a lot. Had a great time with it so far. Ah, you're back. Tell me you've got 4 horns with you. You're a godsend adventurer. Praise Ralger. There's at least one woman in this place who gives a dang. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buscaron, would you? Oh, I do. Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him and have them ground down. When that's done, bring the powder back and give it to Pharamond here. Godspeed. What's the closest crystal to him? I guess Quarry Mill. How do I like MMOs overall? I don't really like them. In general, I tend to not like MMOs. This one, however, has definitely kept me interested, up to this point at least. I've probably played this enough to say it's my favorite MMO. Like, I've had more fun playing this MMO than any other MMO I've played. And I'm more invested in it than any other MMO I've played. Well, not only does it have Final Fantasy charm, but it's just a very not MMO in a lot of ways. Like, a lot of the things that MMOs are known for better or for worse, this game either doesn't have, or puts a spin on, or, you know, whatever. Like, it's very good at being approachable for people who don't like MMOs, you know? Whether it be, like, the controller / console support, the story being more in-depth, The combat being a bit more action combo focused and ability focused. Well, ability focused is an MMO classic, but just kind of like the way the game, like the gameplay loop. Although it is still an MMO gameplay loop, I feel like it does a good job of appealing to people that usually don't really like the MMO gameplay loop. If that makes sense. It feels like a one-player experience transformed into an MMO, so it doesn't feel out of place playing it single player. And I know that like that's not entirely the case in terms of when it first came out. I think over the years it's gotten more solo player friendly, but still, judging it by what it is right now, it definitely feels like welcoming, but not to the point where it's like you have to play it solo or the game is designed to play solo, but it doesn't punish you for playing solo, or it doesn't feel like you're missing out playing it solo. Some MMOs you can play solo, but it constantly feels like you're just on slow mode, and like, what's the point if you're playing alone? Kind of felt that way with Warframe a bit, actually, which they've probably changed that over the years, but I remember when I first started playing Warframe way back when, it felt so tedious to play it solo. Like, you can, and it's fine, but like there's so many rewards and so many better things you can do if you're playing with another person that it just feels like you're wasting your time playing solo, you know? What was the other game I was thinking of that was like that? Destiny, the original Destiny, kind of, but the original Destiny definitely had a better time. The original Destiny did really good at making a solo experience, but as soon as you were done with it, which it was not a very long game, then it felt pretty useless to play solo. Like, at that point, you kind of needed to play with people to get more out of the gameplay loop. But like, the beginning of it was fine. But yeah, like, in general, I feel like this game has definitely been the most welcoming to solo players, to non-MMO players, to really any way you want to play the game, which is cool. But yeah, but for me, like, the big thing is I just like the gameplay loop more. Like, it doesn't feel soulless to me. I'm actually like invested in the story, and that's just never happened to me with an MMO. Every MMO I've tried, it's like I just get to the point where I'm like, I don't care about any of this. Like, I'm really just watching numbers go up. I'm not like invested in anything. I'm just doing quests to get loot, to make my loot stronger, to do more quests, to eventually get to the point where I can say I'm endgame and do raids. And I'm just not... I need something to get me there. Like, some people are totally okay having like a completely barren experience to get to max level so they can raid. Like, they'll just skip all the cutscenes, skip all the dialogue, and just, you know, speed run their way to end games so they can raid, and that's really all they care about. But for me, I need something to like grab me before I get there. I'm not willing to grind for 60 hours just to get to the end game to do raids. Like, they sound fun, but I'd rather not. You know what I mean? I'd rather like feel like I accomplished something getting there and enjoy my way there. But some people don't need that. You know, some people, like, they are 100% willing to say that the game is crap until raids, but that's okay because raids are great. I heard that a lot with World of Warcraft, which I don't think World of Warcraft is like crap all the way through, but I've heard people describe it that way. I've heard people say like, yeah, just skip everything till you get to the raids, and then it's fun. It's like, well, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to experience the game itself. I don't want to just, like, I don't want to just play Raid Simulator. So, yeah. I think this game really fits that better, where it feels like you're playing a $60 Final Fantasy experience for the first while, you know? And especially given the fact that everything up to this point has been quote-unquote free, that's really impressive. Like, it really does feel like a game that put aside, maybe with some, you know, sprucing up, but you could put this game aside and say, yeah, it's Final Fantasy XIV. Like, you could sell it as a $60 game, and it would feel like it was Final Fantasy XIV. So the fact that you get all that for free before you even get to the point where you're really playing the MMO portion is really cool. I think that does a lot for it. I think that the free to play up to level 60 or whatever it is does so much for this game. I can see why they did it, because that gets so many people in the door that just want to experience like just the solo, or not even solo, but just the build up to endgame. And I say endgame, but really endgame doesn't even start there. It starts like, because you still have all the expansions to do, but just in general, like getting to the point where you're done with that like main story and getting into raids and other things. The fact that you can do all that for free, I think really it incentivizes people to give it a shot. And that's the thing with MMOs, like you gotta get people in the door. I think that's the hardest part about selling an MMO, because you have to pay monthly, so people just look at it and go like, I don't want to buy this unless I'm all in. So getting people in the door is really important, because that's the way I was forever with MMOs. It's like, I don't want to even try it because I have to pay monthly just to try it, and it's going to be a waste if I don't like it, you know. So I can really see why they did that. I think that was a really smart choice to do. Anyways, I think we'll stop here. I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go grab lunch, and then we will continue with another double day of Final Fantasy XIV action. So 4 more hours of Final Fantasy XIV goodness, but we will break here and get some lunch.